Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm Lisa. This is Silver Trails Outdoors. Thank you for joining us today. Today we're just going to go over a quick Temu haul. I've actually had this for a couple of weeks, and you know how life just sometimes gets kind of crazy. That's the way it's been here too. So we're just going to go over this real quick and see what we've got, okay? I do have everything out of the packages just so we wouldn't rattle around quite as much. So the first thing we have is this little pocket first aid guide. It is waterproof, and it just has a few, it's pretty good size when you fold it out, if I can get it folded out here. There's information, life-saving priorities. They're just different things on there. It is waterproof, so that's nice. It's got some things about bites and stings and just different things like that. It's pretty big when you unfold it, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time doing that. But there's that, and it also came with a little magnifying glass. You can also use that for fire starting, like a little Fresnel lens. So it came with that. So that was the first thing, and it was $6.86. Again, all of this is from Temu. If you see something you like, just go on there and check it out. The next thing was I was looking for just a cheap little flashlight that I could just, not worry about it, throw it in my pocket. Didn't matter, it wasn't going to cost a lot if I happened to break it. So this is just a little AAA flashlight. I'm going to put a battery in here and make sure it works, as you never know. So far I've been pretty pleased with most things that I've gotten from Temu. So, it's already on. So hang on a minute. Okay, that might be a problem. Can't get it screwed down. There it goes. Now, Temu doesn't say how many lumens it's in it, so it's not real bright. It's just a little tail switch. Kind of hard to push, actually. I'm assuming, yeah, it's just a single mode. Has a little pocket clip on it. It's just a little cheap flashlight that, I'm not going to be upset if somebody borrows it and I don't get it back or I lose it or anything like that. So, again, AAA batteries. $2.19 for that. It's an aluminum body, so it seems pretty stout. Got a pretty good pocket clip on it there if you wanted to do it that way. It says it's removable. So anyway, yeah, there's that. Just a little flashlight. Okay, the next thing I have, and you'll recognize this form because it's real similar to a name brand that you see all the time. But it's just a little EDC pouch. I paid a little more for this. This was $7 and a nickel at the time that I ordered it. I'm not sure what it would be now. It's a pretty heavy canvas. I'm pretty happy with it. So, there's a couple of slip pockets there where you can put stuff in. You see your hook and loop field here that you can, put your patches on it. And you open it up, and there's two pockets back there. Little slip pockets. There's 3 little loops here that probably about an inch wide that you could put, my small flashlight would probably fit in there, I'm sure, and a little pin. There's a couple little mesh pockets. This one is divided, and then this one's a full one. There's a little loop here if you wanted to put probably like, if you wanted to hook your keys to it or whatever it is. And then on the back, there's another couple of pockets there. Not sure what size this comes in at. It didn't say on that either, so let's just measure it real quick. So we've got about 3.5 across and about 5.5 in length. So pretty decent little pouch there. Again, it's $7.05. It's not YKK zippers. It's a cheaper pouch, so it does zip up pretty good. So, really happy with that. This will be great. Haven't decided. I may turn it into a little fire kit. I'm not sure on that yet, but so there's that. The next thing, they are calling this an emergency survival multi-tool cards. I paid $6.45 for these. You can tell it comes in a little felt pouch here. I'll just open this up. There's a little card that came in. It's a survival emergency card that tells you, you know, the different things that are in it. And then they're just these that you can, you know, throw in your Altoids tin or throw in your bag or whatever. And there's, you know, there's blades, there's saws, there's hooks. One of them even has a little fork on it right there, if you can see that. So it's just different things, little saws, little spears, a lot of hooks. There's some lures there. But anyway, that's what that is. So they're calling it a 5-piece set because it comes with the little case. But I will probably throw those in an Altoids tin, most likely, and keep those nice and handy. Again, the little pouch, so they're not very big. Let's see what this is, just out of curiosity. So, about 3.5 by 5 is the length of that. So if you're interested in that, they're just calling it Emergency Survival Multi-Tool Cards. So they're stainless steel, so pretty heavy duty. Pretty happy with those as well. Now this, you've all seen these before. It's just a little ferro rod. You know, there's name brands of this one too. I only paid like $2 for this, so it wasn't very high, but it is aluminum, so it's pretty heavy duty. You can see there, let me bring it up here. It came with a little split ring that you can put in there if you want to hang it off of, you know, your keychain or whatever. It came with a little cord if you want to run your paracord through this end. You can do that. You know, hang it from something or tie it in a knot, whatever you want to do there. You unscrew this end. And there's your little striker. I don't know if you can see it or not. Maybe not, but it's kind of in a beam shape, kind of like an eye shape. You screw that back on there. And you take this off. And there's your little ferro rod. These are replaceable. Oh, it's screwed in there kind of tight. There it goes. These are replaceable. Now, I did not see on Temu where you could order just the replacement rods on those. But I'm sure you could off of Amazon or someplace such as that. Anyway, just a nice little fire starter there. You know, a big lighter is always going to be my preferred choice. But this is good for a backup. When it's raining, when your lighter runs out of fluid or whatever. It's just a little small ferro rod there. Now this last thing, I'll be honest, this was a mistake. I was looking for some more of the little small credit card size Fresnel lenses. Like this one was. Was kind of looking for that. Well, Temu's not real good about giving specs on anything. So I ordered these, and here they came. It's a 2-pack. You know, they're big old things. You can't hardly even get it all in the camera there. But they're probably... Yeah, that's what I figured. They're about a 5 by 7. If anybody has any ideas what I can do with these things, let me know. Because this was a mistake, but I'm not going to send them back because I only paid like $2.50 for these two. And who knows, might find something to do with them. So anyway, it was just a small order. I'm sorry I haven't been posting very regularly. Like I said, life's been crazy. But if you like what you see, I hope you'll consider liking and subscribing. Thank you for joining us today, and have a great day.